audio's not gonna be really messed up from the.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I think that's a good way to start.
That's a good way to start.
So,
getting it all out there.
welcome to Bro to Bro. For the first time ever, welcome to Bro to Bro.
Ever.
I mean, this has kind of been something where it's something that Dom and I have always been on the quest for doing social media kind of things together. We've tried YouTube. We tried YouTube twice.
We've been around.
We've done our fair share of different things. So, but this is this opportunity to. We're both 21 years old. Give us an opportunity to share our thoughts and perspectives on different things. I think, as we're going to get into later, we both have a very different path in life right now, but that's not taken away from our friendship over the past 10 years. So, yeah, I mean, to start out, I'm Jed. I'm 21 years old, and I'm a college student.
My name's Dominic. Also 21 years old, and I work as a full-time firefighter.
That's crazy.
It is crazy.
But, I mean, we met when we were, 7th grade. And, I mean, I think we both want to be pro sports players.
For sure.
I think, as most boys our age did at that time, I think high school sports humbled us to that fact that that's probably not going to be the best.
Pretty quickly.
Yeah, be probably the most realistic outcome for us. Hey, that's fine.
That's all good, you know?
Yeah, so, I mean, to get into a little more personal introductions, like I said, I'm a college student at Belmont University. I'm a junior. I studied public relations. On the side, I coach high school football as a receivers coach and head coach for the JV team. And that's been such a great experience to be able to mentor to younger kids. And, I mean, our program is all about Christ first. Head coach always says that when he gets to heaven, God's not going to ask him how many football games he won. He asks him how many kids he brought closer to Jesus. So that's kind of I think that's kind of the mindset we go with.
I like that. I've never heard that one.
I have a pretty long-term long-term, I guess that's the word, girlfriend. Her name's Emily. Then yeah, I think, like I said, being in PR and social media management, this is something I'm really excited about. And like I said, just excited to be here with my best friend Dom.
How long have you guys been dating?
We've been dating for about 3 years now.
Know this. Yeah, I should know that. More about me.
Yeah, more about you.
So I am a firefighter. I work for very small city department in Fairview, Tennessee. We have like one station, like 27 people, and that's like whole staff. So it's pretty small. But I do that full time. We work 48 hours on, 96 off. So we're there for 2 days and have 4 days off, which is amazing. I have an amazing wife. Been married for 4 months.
That's wild. I've been thinking about it sometimes. Like, yeah, I wonder what Dom's doing. I wonder if he wants to hang out. I'm like, oh, that dude's actually married. He's at home with his wife.
I just have a wife.
That's wild.
Which is crazy. Like at 21, I had something like, excuse me.
Dr. Pepper's kicking.
Dr. Pepper's kicking. And we also have our little notes.
Yeah. Full transparency. We do have an outline of what we want to talk about. You know, the first episode, a lot of thoughts.
We're probably not even on the outline right now.
Yeah, you know? Yeah. I don't even know. We're just gonna kind of start talking, see how it goes. But
yes. Yeah, we like middle school when we first met. I did not like this guy at all.
I was doing social media back then as well and vlogging every day, and I think there was some room that I could have been there's some interpretations I might have been a bit annoyed and stuff like that. So I think that's completely fair. But
we picked up pretty quick.
We started playing video games together.
We played lots of video games together. Still,
yeah, not much has changed.
Not much has changed, but that is what like our friendship was based on.
Yeah, I think another thing, like, if it was not for you, I would not have played football. I had not played football.
I wouldn't have played basketball if it weren't for you.
So, and it was like one of those things where going into high school, I had not played football before, and Dom was going to go play for a team. And he was like, "Hey, you should come play as well." And I was like, I don't know. I'm kind of scared. Football might hurt.
I don't even remember that.
Yeah, it took me Dom a lot of convincing for me to go play football, and ended up going, and now, like I said, played 4 years of high school, and
4 years of high
now I
school.
coach.
I
But
did not.
yeah,
I
but then on the
I
basketball
gypped I
side,
gypped out on the last year.
well, but on the basketball side,
I stuck
yeah,
basketball.
you're
Which
very
that's funny now that you say that because I didn't realize that. Because
yeah
I got you to play football and you stuck it through football,
yeah
and you got me to play basketball and I stuck it through basketball, which you did too. You did
yeah.
both. I couldn't do
We
football
were, we was a
last
pretty
year.
dynamic duo in basketball, though.
Killer.
Yeah. So I mean, we started this podcast just kind of like I said. I think as 21-year-old men, and I mean, we do not have life figured out in any way, shape, or form. I mean, that is the truest form of statement. Like sometimes I wake up and be like, dude, I don't know what I'm doing today. But
I,
I think the thing that we both share and has kept us somewhat aligned is our faith. So I think that's one of the goals of the show is really to talk about that as 21-year-olds and how we use that to keep us on a
mm-hmm.
straight line and but all the struggles that comes with being a young adult man in 2025.
Yeah.
Um,
Especially in like having like strong faith and like that being the foundation, being in college
yeah,
and then being in a fire department. Those are which Belmont is a Christian college, right?
supposed to be.
It's supposed to be, which sometimes is even harder. But especially for me on my side, being in the fire department, if you have not been in a if you've been in a firehouse, you know how it is, and it's just you're with a bunch of dudes for 2 days, 48 hours at a time.
Yeah,
Things can get crazy there. But being young and like having having that like especially for me, I am the youngest guy in my department, at least on my shift, and so like being trying to be outspoken is hard sometimes, or being outspoken. I guess I'd say I am
yeah,
outspoken, but trying to like speak out on that is difficult at times, and intimidating, pretty intimidating.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
It's I mean it's a thing where like I said in the big 2025 being a
Especially down alone.
yeah I mean being a white Christian man is a it's something society makes you feel bad for at times. And
Yeah.
I think that's kind of one of the things about this podcast that we want to speak. Like we men can have deep conversations, deep religious conversations, deep conversations in general. And it's not doesn't need to be forced. It's
Yeah.
I mean I think part of Domini's friendship that has been so successful is good night. Hopefully
About to
y'all
blow away.
those eardrums didn't just get erupted. But I think like the key to a successful friendship is being able to have that laugh hysterically fun conversations and those conversations that you're on the verge of tears. Like I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So I think that's what we're going to try to bring to the show, and I think we have some really exciting guests lined up, or not lined up, but we want to have on.
We want to have
Yeah,
up.
they don't know that they're lined up yet, but uh, I think they're going to be so. I mean, some of these people that it's going to be.
Really good people.
I think our goal is to kind of start out pretty small with like some really close friends, and then move up towards people that might have already established themselves as adults and a career and have a couple more years on us, a little more wisdom. But yeah, I think mainly I'm just so excited to be able to talk freely about different things and be here
Yeah.
with you, like I said, and
Yeah. And I
talk.
think it'll be like it's like I told you earlier. Like I think it's gonna be enjoyable to just like and therapeutic to just like talk and get things out of your head, get ideas. Because if you go a while and just like keep things in, your head will get rolling and then to a point where there's not a lot going on in your head. Like there's so much where, at least for me, like it gets to a point where there's so much built up that it just like gets clogged up.
Yeah,
Like like you put a washing machine, you put too many clothes in there, and it just
yeah,
it won't
yeah. We'll
spin.
go.
But like if you have an outlet to get those out, and like hopefully this can become a thing where we're here with others, some guests talking about some stuff, and we get to bounce off each other. And then when it's just you and me, we get to like just express our thoughts, our ideas, and then you as listeners, if there are some, hopefully, it can like get your guys' heads spinning or like rolling and get some ideas in your heads, or get some ideas that were in your head and you realize like you're not alone, or you have
yeah, I mean, I think what he's trying to say is like we're not we're not coming at this as like preaching at people because we have no more figured out than anybody listening. But I think talking about that isn't important alone.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think like I said, I'm gonna check if we're still recording, and then we're gonna get back into kind of our main point for today. We're both 21 years old, as
Mm-hmm.
we've just stated, and but I think we both have taken very different career paths.
Oh yeah,
I mean, I think I I, I didn't know I was gonna go to college until
yeah. I didn't
I
either.
didn't think I was gonna go to college. I didn't think I was fighting college material, but it's been absolutely one of the best decisions I've ever made going to college. But I think for the majority of people, college is a scam. I think it is a place that takes thousands upon thousands of dollars, and you don't learn anything. You get brainwashed at times at certain colleges. So I think not going is much smarter than going unless you have something that you want to do that needs a college degree.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
agree.
I think like I mean you're 21 years old and have disposable income. Well, you have money, which is a crazy thing. I mean,
Yeah,
I think a lot of college. I'm very blessed. I live with my parents, and they pay for a lot of my stuff. But a lot of college students are living ramen pack to ramen pack, which doing that for 4 years sounds miserable. And I think if that was my experience, like if I did not so blessed by my parents, I think college would be a much more miserable experience for me.
yeah.
But I think like I mean, what was your kind of thoughts after high school, and kind of figure out what you wanted to do next?
Um, Man, after high school, I didn't like high school too much. Not who does really,
Right.
but like looking back at high school, oh my gosh, high school was peak.
It
Like,
was. I mean, we were in high school during COVID.
yeah,
I mean, that was
which
heat.
for a lot of people was not
No,
good.
I
We literally were in our rooms
play
twenty
games.
four
Yeah,
seven
play games.
playing Fortnite, living it up.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Not everybody had that experience, and
No,
it sucked for a lot of people, but
sure.
for us.
Yeah,
But after high school, graduating, oh, I don't know. I didn't know what I wanted to do. I was like pretty bummed about coming to reality that high school or college sports is pretty tough to get into, and that was probably not for me. But then I just started looking. I took a break. I did I did a community college, but after high school, I took a year break. Just kind of explored things. We worked together at a wedding venue and also a dairy farm for a little bit. Um, but then just tried things. I think that's very important at a young
one hundred
age. Like
percent.
especially even now, like I have a career,
Yeah,
but like I'm still not locked
no,
into that. I love it, and I don't really see myself doing anything else. But like I'm still so young. Like there's endless options, and fortunately with my job, I have time to try a bunch of things.
right.
So I think that's the like still not that I have figured out, but worked for me is just trying things. We did our wedding venue job together, and um, we tried some things. We
Yeah,
tried YouTube, we tried streaming just for fun, and we still kind of do that. This is a one of those things,
yeah,
hopefully more successful than the latter or the other ones. But I tried. I did a volunteer thing with the fire department. As just like I went to a fire department. Ran calls with them, hung out with them, and got a feel for it. Fell in love with it instantly, and I was like, I'm gonna do this. So I went to community college, got EMT degrees or licenses, certifications, and got to a point where I was prepped for that by the time I was 20.
yeah. 20.
I got hired on to a fire department, and then just kind of went from there.
Yeah. I mean, I think like you kind of said, a year break after high school was a very smart thing.
You did that, right?
Yeah, I after high school again, I didn't know what I was. I had some offers for some football after college, but you know, at the time was in a very poor relationship, and I think that kind of swayed me to stay here and not go play college, which probably in the end was a smart idea. Not going to play college football. I'd already taken too many hits to the head to probably continue playing another 4 years. But yeah, I mean, I worked for the sheriff's department and realized very quickly that I didn't want to do that. We worked at the dairy farm together, and packaging milk for 8 hours a day is also not what I want to do for the rest of my life. So, yeah, like I said, at the it just worked out that I found out, kind of started learning about public relations, and it ended up at Belmont. But that's beside the point. I think too many people are pressured by parents or society in general to, as soon
Yeah.
as you're done with high school, go to college. And I mean, some people just want to get away from their parents, which
And
that's
people think you're stupid
yeah,
if you do anything other than
right.
college.
And I mean, I think like I think there's this whole societal scam really that as soon as you turn 18 or graduate high school, you have to move away from home and get on your own. I think that's part of why we have a housing crisis. I mean,
Yeah.
we're one of the only societies in the world that move away from our parents or from your
Yeah.
parents. I mean, so many other societies live with their parents up and well into their marriage and having kids. And I think like I think the kind of the American equivalent is like the compound living, which I think would be phenomenal.
I love that idea.
Yeah, I mean, we've had the idea of doing it together, and hey, maybe if we blow up here,
Yeah.
that dream will
Maybe
come reality.
you guys can have that dream happen.
But I think like part of it too is like just having a really strong reliant on faith in that time. Like you may not know what you're gonna do, and like some days like getting up, we're like I am kind of a failure right now. I'm sitting at home playing Fortnite for 8 hours a day while people are out in college and
Are we sure we want to put that out
yeah,
there?
yeah,
We did
yeah,
that.
that's a hard truth to admit, but I mean, it's like, yeah, I mean, sometimes you just feel like a failure, like in that time period where you're not sure what you're gonna do, and I think a lot of people end up going to college and not sure what they're gonna do, and they get a degree that they don't
Yeah.
necessarily need and stuff like that. But yeah, I think there's this whole, like I said, this whole societal thing that is just like you have to do this, you have to do this, you have to do this, and then
Yeah.
you go work a job for 45 years, and then you retire.
Yeah.
And I think it's just so many people graduate high school and then time they look back, they're 60 years old.
Yeah.
That's just such a sad thing, but it's the reality of so many people.
Mhm.
And I think that was a great thing we did in that kind of year and a half that we were not in school. We traveled.
We did travel
We
a
went
lot.
while we hung out almost all the time. We traveled. We did just a lot of unique things. I mean, even working at the dairy store had its fun moments.
Yeah. And we were just, we are still kids, but like
Yeah.
we were kids. Like
I think
not jumping into that, like you
No.
got to make your life happen now.
Right.
And like just live it, like we just lived it. We were also very blessed by our parents
Yeah.
to be able to have fun and like move around, go on trips and travel and live.
Yeah.
Which I feel like so many people just
And-
plan for the future and
Right.
like work for the future, and it's like just live it now.
Yeah, and I think like the whole faith thing. I think like a lot of people, if they go that route of taking the break or not going to college at all or whatever they end up doing, I think there's a very big habit, and even in high school where you fall into the wrong crowd, and then that could change
Yeah.
your trajectory of life. And
100%.
yeah, you fall into the wrong crowd and start doing things you probably shouldn't have. So I think that's where my parents and my faith kept me from doing a lot of stupid things. I think both of us, more so than we're both very close with our parents. I mean,
Very.
and I think again that is having your parents being that close to your parents as well as your parents being so close to God.
Mm-hmm.
That is a I wish everybody could have that experience. And
Yeah.
I know some people have bad experiences with their parents, and again that leads them to wanting to move out at 18 and go to college. But it's truly a blessing that is uncalculable. I don't know if I use that word right, but we're good. We'll move on. But
Cackle like a
we're good. We're
Do
good.
chickens
We're
cackle?
good. We're good. But yeah, I think like I said, having a strong set of faith and having a strong relationship with your parents is. I mean, that's during that time, and even, I mean, in your high school years, your early adult years, even into your your actual adult years, which I consider like 26. I
I don't
don't
know.
feel like I'm
I don't feel like we're there
yeah
yet.
I don't consider myself an actual adult yet. But like I said, just having that I think is
Yeah.
just such a blessing.
And I think for in that like year for me, like I had nothing really distracting me. Like I worked,
Right.
but like that was it was just working with you.
Yeah.
So like we goofed around quite a bit. But like having that year to just kind of feel a little lost was good
Yeah.
because like I had to have faith. Like faith is an action word,
Yeah.
and I had to act on it. Like
Yeah.
man, what am I doing? What am
Yeah.
I doing? What am I gonna do? Um, I had no interests before I looked into firefighting. Like I didn't even know that was my dad's idea. Um, but like I had nothing, and I was like, I don't want to go to college. Um, and I was lost, and I had to just pray and pray and pray um, and then everything, literally everything, and I thank God for it. Like just fell into my lap. Like I felt so unqualified for that job. I'm young to be able to start a career like right
It's
now
the
is like
imposter syndrome.
it's incredible. Like I'm literally working a dream job. Firefighting is a blast.
Yeah.
It's hard at times, but like being able to
You're
be
genuinely
with
making a difference.
yeah, and like I'm really pretty close with my shift. So being able to work with them and like just we have a good time at the station, and then when we got to go to work, we got to go to work, and we get to help people and hopefully make their lives better.
I think like
So
the important thing to really I have to keep in mind like when I think about like I said, I mean you have an apartment, you're married.
hmm
I live with my parents, and again, there's nothing wrong with that. But like,
I would be if I wasn't
yeah,
married. I would be living
right,
with my parents.
right. I think that's like there's no. You have to find the right path for you. I mean,
Yeah.
I think again without without having that, like I said, that year break of figuring out what I want to do. It's like I said, I think you get so bogged down and be like, can I make the right choice? Can I make that?
Yeah.
And like I said, I'll look at what you have sometimes like, dang, maybe I should have just stayed to work for the sheriff's department, but like I don't want to trade out my internal happiness for a house, So
And I still think I still have that thought with firefighting. Like,
right,
did I make the right decision? Am I supposed to be even working this job right now,
right.
or is this what I have? Hi. um, but now I have a wife, and like I
Yeah.
have a set thing that I'm pretty secure in to like provide for her.
Let's talk about that a little more. I mean, the fact that I mean, I remember there's times we were sitting up in your bedroom right there and be like, dude, we're never gonna get
Man,
married.
I'm
Yeah,
so
we're
lonely and
so lonely.
depressed, and
Listen to like some old XXX Tentacion and be like, man,
like,
I'm depressed, man.
man, that was
But I mean,
the bad times of COVID.
yeah. But I think you can speak a little more of how you met Toby and
Yeah, so before I went into EMT school, I was a volunteer firefighter for literally like a month, maybe, or maybe even just a couple weeks. I didn't do that long, and then I left that and worked at a summer camp with one of our friends, Elijah, um, and I did that for 12 weeks, and instantly I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna pursue the Lord. I'm not gonna look after anything. People get these like what they call camp goggles or whatever. Because you're with like these people for that 12 weeks, really close. These are the only people you're seeing for that 12 weeks, pretty much. And so I did that, and she was pretty much my boss.
HR nightmare.
Yeah, she was like, we had these family groups, and she was my family leader. And instantly, I was like, man,
Lock in,
I
bro.
gotta
You
lock
gotta
in.
lock in.
And I did. We had a contract that we signed. We weren't allowed to date or anything, and I locked in for that summer. I did my fair share of little things to try to win her over. Bringing her water bottle and stuff when she forgets it, and little sneaky little tricks. that I could get away with. But we went that whole summer. I got to like really see her too, which was pretty neat. And like become friends. Like we, as fun as that camp is, it's stressful and a lot sometimes and very tiring working with kids that much and like not being home and having a lot of time to rest on the weekend. Um, but her and I got to become friends and like I guess kind of trauma bond a little bit over some of that stuff. But there's also a lot of fun and laughter before we even had those ideas of like making a romantic relationship and thinking about dating, which is a very neat thing to do, and being able to see her like uh, live out like her faith and like um, what's the word I'm looking for? Just like really submitting to Jesus in her work and how she worked with kids and shared that with kids and like shared his love uh, was beautiful. And like not a lot of people get to see that like right off the bat. And so I got to see her pretty quick, and we started dating right after that. Dated for a year. On our 1 year, I proposed, and then we got married. What
About
that was
4 months ago.
August? Yeah, 4 months ago. So
Yeah.
felt like a long engagement, but yeah, now we've been married 4 months and just doing life
What do you
together.
think? Like, what do you think that is the biggest like change from just dating to being married?
From dating to being, I mean, obviously living with each other. Like,
Is that everything you imagine it to be, or is it? I mean, obviously, I would imagine there's challenges.
um, yeah, they come up. It's more. It's a lot more. Like being able to, especially on hard days, like come home and have someone to sit there and like just listen or pray with you. Oh, excuse me. Um, and like have someone like whenever I'd come home and my if my room was messy, it was messy. I have to be the one to clean up, and like sometimes she'll clean it up. Like getting off of shift, coming home to a clean house, which is not her job, exclusively her job,
Right.
but she would do that. And just like having someone that wants to give you those little blessings, which my mom did a lot when I lived at home, and love my mom. But now she's also doing that, and like she loves so selflessly. Um, I don't even remember what your question was, but
Well,
I love my
yeah. I
wife.
mean, I think that answered it. Like, there was a big not a big adjustment, but there was an adjustment from
Oh,
living at home to
yeah,
then.
especially not rooming because I didn't
Right.
go to
Yeah.
college. I never roomed with
Yeah. The
anyone.
first time you roomed with somebody was with your wife.
Yeah, I mean we had lots of
Yeah.
sleepovers
Oh,
and
yeah.
hangouts,
Yeah.
so I mean
Yeah.
pretty much roomed with him. Um, but yeah, and you see where each other fall short in certain areas.
There it is. Cut.
Um,
We're done.
God, we're done. I can't do this anymore. Uh, yeah, like there'll be things that'll come up and it'll like nag at you, but then you realize like I have those things too, and like that's where I'm there for is to help her with her things, and she helps me with my things, and we balance each other very well.
I think there's like I think there's definitely a societal swing of getting married young again, which I think is
Yeah,
it's a great thing.
people used to get way younger than 21
Yeah, yeah,
married. They would
and I
get
think
married
there's
at like
there's been
puberty.
this pendulum shift where it was like yeah back in the early 40s, 50s, and 60s. Yeah, it was 18. I mean, my grandmother got married at 16 years old. It's
Crazy.
crazy. That's wild. But then I think it started going kind of back the other way, and
Yeah,
people were waiting. I mean, my mom was 31 when she got married, but
I
I
didn't
think
know that. That's crazy.
yeah, I mean, and it's going back like
Couldn't imagine. I
yeah,
could not imagine waiting that
I
long to
know
get
that's
married.
but yeah, like I said, now I think there's this shift back to back to doing getting married young and kind of growing up with your significant other instead of
Yeah,
which I think is kind of a voice to how society is today, where it's like society is so crazy and like you don't like every day there's something in the news where it's like oh the world could end tomorrow.
yeah,
I mean, it feels like every day the world could end tomorrow. I think there's like I said, there's this whole kind of stigmatism that a lot of younger people are doing that to
hmm
just stay pure. And
yeah,
I think there's so much more to that, and obviously you can speak more to that, but
yeah. It is definitely like. That'd be my recommendation. Like, get married young. Like, a lot of people, I feel like, well, usually older people too, will say like, there might be more for you. Like, how do you know there's not more for you or something right around the corner? But like, that's such a silly way to live, especially if like you have strong faith in that, and like like we knew we were brought together for a reason, and that makes it easy to just see like, okay,
Right.
there's no
Right.
other like
This is
reason to
yeah.
go look for anything else, because like
This is what God has
if
for me.
God was like, I want this to happen, who am I to say no?
Right. Right.
But yeah, it does, like, it's not, I think a lot of people will be like, oh, I don't want to get married just to like stay pure, like, and be hasty on that. But I don't think that's a silly thing to do at all. Like,
Yeah.
that's a lot of reason why people
Oh
in
yeah.
like the 40s and 50s would get married
Yeah.
young, is like puberty.
Yeah.
You get feelings and stuff, and that
Yeah.
happens, and then it's like, okay, let's get married,
Yeah.
and so it's right, you know.
Right.
And I don't think that's a
No.
silly thing to do at all. And it sets you up successfully.
Yeah.
I think, like, it's also our society now is like, it's hard to do that
Yeah.
well,
Right.
because people cheat and
Yeah.
people have open
Well,
relationships
I mean,
and
yeah. I
stuff
mean,
like that. And
cheating is being preached as a good thing in our society.
yeah, it's like, oh, if you're not happy with what you got, just go find somebody, you know. And it's so silly to me, but yeah, it's the best decision, second best decision ever than giving my life to Christ, is
Right.
getting married young. It's great.
They heard it here first on Bro to Bro. Get married young.
Get married young.
I think this has been a great first episode.
I think so. A little scattered,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's
Yeah.
the fun of it.
I-
We'll have a little more organization sometimes, and a
Yeah.
little more not. You know, sometimes we're just here to talk.
Yeah, but I think in my notes I had written down of like what the vision is for the show. An honest conversation is the top of it. It's
Yeah.
like, oh no, our sponsor.
Not
No, but I think, like I said, honest conversations where they could be a little scattered, and we may talk about 1,000 different things. That some of them might not be that serious, but we're just talking. I think that's the important thing. Like I said, I'm really excited about having some of our guests on.
yeah.
I think next week we're trying to get our good friend Joseph Goss on the show, and
Maybe.
we'll
Maybe
see.
the Great Goshawk lifts.
Yeah, well, that'll be an interesting one for y'all. But yeah, I think, like I said, I think this is a great start. We've kind of committed to give this a year, see what happens.
Yeah, at least a year.
See what happens in a year, and whatever happens, happens. I have faith that if it's supposed to blow up and we reach millions, we do that. But if the goal is to reach 200 people, 50 people, whatever.
One.
Well, yeah,
you,
you,
the one
you
person watching right now.
That could be
probably me later.
Yeah, that could be what God wants from us. So. But yeah, I like I said, we're gonna release episodes every Monday, and yeah, so
This is it. This is bro to bro.
This is bro to bro, and we'll catch you next time.